Hello, everybody. The Canadiens game concluded about 10, 15 minutes ago. And, yeah, it wasn't a good result for the Canadiens. We lose 5-2. Oh, yeah, in case you're noticing, I have my board back. It's back from short hiatus. Of course, we're going to go over the stats on the board. It's going to be a very short review. I'm going to say 15, 20 minutes. I'm watching it's going to be 40 minutes. But I'm going to think for 15, 20 minutes. Of course, I'll hold the board up like this as always. So, yeah, in case you're noticing little green blobs next to two players, it's because they're injured. We'll get to those. Leading goal scorers still Tomas Tatar, 7 goals, 13 assists for 20 points. He did not get a point this game, so I believe he is literally point per game because this is our 20th game this season. No. My apologies. He's not point per game. He's just under point per game. He didn't since this was our 21st game. Shea Weber 6 goals, 11 assists for 17 points. Brendan Gallagher 9 goals, 7 assists, 16 points. He almost had his 10th goal tonight. We'll get into that. Philip Deneau with 7 goals, 9 assists for 16 points. He is the exact opposite of Brendan Gallagher, 7 goals, 9 assists, like I just said. He got a point tonight. Jonathan Drouin, who is injured. He'll be out for up to 2 months. 7 goals, 8 assists for 15 points. Max Domi, 4 goals, 9 assists for 13 points. Jeff Petrie, 2 goals, 10 assists for 12 points. Yoel Armia, 7 goals, 4 assists for 11 points. Nick Suzuki, 5 goals, 4 assists for 9 points. Ben Sherratt, 3 goals, 6 assists for 9 points. Artturi Lehkonen, 3 goals, 5 assists for 8 points. Nick Cousins, 2 goals, 5 assists for 7 points. Nate Thompson, 1 goal, 6 assists for 7 points. Victor Mete, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points. Jordan Wheel, 3 goals, 1 assist for 4 points. Paul Byron, who's injured up to a month, I believe. 1 goal, 3 assists for 4 points. Jesperi Kotkaniemi, who was back in the lineup tonight. 2 goals, 1 assist for 3 points. Mike Riley with 3 assists. Yeah, Julian Planty, that wasn't anything very good. And I just realized I forgot to put something on the board, actually. I just realized this now. I didn't edit one of the stats, so you're gonna 3 viewers. Hello there, sudden influx of viewers. My apologies. I'm usually much more prepared for my live streams, but I forgot. Kulak got a point tonight, which of course we're gonna get into. Trying out my new Sharpie, so just a moment. My apologies. It was a really weird third period. Thank you for whoever gave me that link. But that was indeed a very weird third period. That absolutely went against the Canadiens, and of course we will get into it. But Spotlight Hockey, oof indeed. That was not a good matchup at all. Thank you for the 2 likes for the 2 viewers. So of course I go into the stats right here, and then I get into my actual stats. 3 viewers, 3 likes. Oh my god! Thank you very much, guys. Wow. And today I have Gatorade. I don't have my vodka. I have a sports drink. So the Habs' current record is 11 wins, 6 losses, and 4 overtime losses. 26 points. Yeah, Julian, I gotta add some humor to this somehow. Standings, we are 3rd in the Atlantic behind Boston and Florida of all teams. 5th in the Eastern if you're including the New York Islanders and Washington Capitals. Last game, obviously this one we lose 5-2. I'm so mad what YouTube is gonna do. Spotlight, if you could tell me what YouTube is gonna do, I'd love to talk about that. I'm sure I know, but I just want you to ask. I want you to tell me just so I know 100% what you're talking about. I have a feeling it's the Copa thing though. Power play is now 12 for 70. It's kind of yikes. Penalty kills now 49. You heard of Copa? Yeah, I heard of Copa. Penalty kills 49 for 68. Home record is now 6-3-1. It's still 6-3-1. Our away record now is 5-3-3. So it's decent if we're moving overtime loss. Okay, did the stream just freeze for anyone else? I hope it didn't. If it did, that would suck. Did it freeze for anyone else? Because if it did, let me know. But if we're excluding overtime losses, we're 6-4 at home and we're 5-6 on the road. That's not great. So now that that's done, I'm just gonna wait to read if the stream lagged for anyone else. So I'll just be a minute. Okay, so I'm gonna assume it didn't lag for anyone else. Oh, I just realized I got marker on my finger. Just a second. I'll get into my stats. My apologies, my personal notes in just a second. I'm just gonna reply to a friend real quick. All right, so I'm gonna assume. My apologies for the silence, but I'm gonna assume the stream isn't lagging for anyone else anymore. I really hope it's not, because if it's been frozen for the past 2 minutes, that's really gonna make me mad. Okay, it just froze for a split second again, but that was my own computer that time. So Julian Plante, all right, thank you. Wow, nice. Starting in January 2020, if creators market videos directed at kids, data collection will be blocked for all viewers, resulting in lower ad revenue in those videos. I don't know. I feel like I don't know if Julian Spotlight, if you guys don't mind, I'll talk about that more after the hockey. I know people don't want to talk about the Copa thing, so I'll just talk about that after the hockey if you don't mind. But I will talk about who did the Habs play? Who do the Habs play next? Spotlight, we actually play tomorrow against the Senators back at home. Thank you, Julian. But yeah, the Senators were back at home tomorrow. It's a back-to-back. And then I want to say we play Saturday. No. I feel like we have a game Friday. I feel like it's Friday. It's a game. It's a game. Friday there's a game, and then Saturday it's the Bruins. I know for sure Saturday. No, not Saturday. This coming Tuesday is the Bruins. So I'm pretty sure Friday. Or no. So we might play Saturday then, actually. Because I know the next 4, if we're including tonight's game, are against teams not in the playoffs. So, yeah. But yeah, so I'm going to get into the Canadian stats, and then afterwards, if you want to stick around, anyone that's in stream or watching the Copa thing and YouTube's regulations. So, before the game, happy 21st birthday to Kel Fleury. He is now officially legal to drink in all U.S. provinces. Real smart geography on my end. And all U.S. countries, but in all U.S. states. U.S. states and all United States. That's in all the states in America. As they mentioned on commentary, Fleury is not subject to Copa anymore. Fleury is not subject to Copa. And this is the Canadiens' first game with Drouin and Byron being out with injury, of course. So it was Hudon and Wheel stepping up for them. I mentioned this in yesterday's stream, which if you haven't seen that's actually doing really good. 69 views. So thank you to everyone that checked that out. Wow, 69 views. I was not expecting that. Fleury is a stud. He only having 1 point. He's playing great. He easily could have had a goal tonight. Yeah, Fleury, a big boy now. He no longer gets a Happy Meal at McDonald's. Spotlight, you're doing good. Yeah, but I have to agree. Fleury played incredibly well tonight, unlike the rest of the Canadiens for the most part. But Fleury is an absolute stud, and I think next year he's stepping up into that top 4 role. If he's a right-handed, he gets the McFlurry. Who knows? He's in Montreal. Who knows? Maybe they'll actually make the McFlurry the McFlurry in honor of him. He owns McFlurry. He's copyrighted McFlurry. Every time he gets into a fight, he's going to be in a McFlurry. More like a McFlurry of fists. That's my brand of humor. I won't. I'll be leaving Tuesday. Uh, so the lineups for tonight were Tatarjan Gallagher, Domi Suzuki Armia. So Suzuki with 9 points, rightfully so, stepping up to the second line. Mr. Eagle, hello. McDavid versus Fleury. Oh, that'd be Mr. Eagle, hello there. Welcome back to the stream. 4 viewers, 4 likes. Wow, that's amazing, honestly. Yeah, so Suzuki stepping up to the second line center role, which I think is rightfully deserved of him. He could have played the wing. But and Domi would have been center from there on. But I think the decision to make Suzuki the center for tonight was pretty good. I like that. It'd be funny if Crosby and McKinnon go. That'd be dope. I think up to each other to drop. Yeah, and not drop the gloves. Oh yeah, they are friends. They're the Timbit kids or whatever. The Tim kids. Is Fleury replacing Koki? No, that would actually be no one because Kokianemi wasn't in the lineup tonight. But Fleury is permanent on the roster. The people that were replacing Drouin and Byron, though, because they're injured, are Wheel and Charles Houdon, who did not get a point tonight, of course. And Lehkonen, Kokinemi, and Wheel was the third line, which should probably be moved down to the fourth line and bump up Houdon, Thompson, and Cousins to the third line because I thought they played very well tonight. They didn't register a point, but I do think Houdon, Thompson, and Cousins would be a good third line. McFlurry, Timbits, Big Mac, Kinnan. Stop talking. McFlurry, Timbits. We need someone named Tim on the Canadiens. And then we go after Big Mac Kinnan. Just exotic. Don't call exotic donut. I don't need the last stream happening all over again. I do not need my erotic exotic donut. I was gonna try and rhyme donut, but my mind just went blank after I said erotic exotic donut. And then, of course, the defensive lines were Mete Weber, Sherratt Petrie, and Kulak Fleury. Price was in net tonight, which, given the 5 goals allowed, makes it pretty obvious it was Price. 5 seconds, what if I'm a nasty sock donut? That's perfectly fine. You can be in the stream all you want. 5 seconds into the game, Gallagher gets a breakaway. It's a very bad turnover by the Jackets, and in my opinion, he shot too soon. He should have held on, went for a deke or something, then go for the shot, because 5 seconds in, the Canadiens would have had a 1-0 lead if Gallagher holds on to that puck just a few seconds longer. And it costs the Canadiens because a minute and something into the game, Eric Robinson scores his second in the season, his second against Carey Price. Because, of course, he scored last week in the Bell Center against Carey Price when the last time these two teams met. So instead of the Canadiens leading 1-0, it goes the other way about a minute or so later, and Blue Jackets lead 1-0. Spotlight, yes, Price was in net tonight, which 5 goals against kind of indicates that Price was in net tonight. After the goal, both teams seem to be playing quite slow after the first goal. I want to say about eight or so minutes in. It was the shots were about 4-1, 4-2 for the Blue Jackets, I believe. So the game was like kind of slow, and then Korpisalo. After I wrote that, Korpisalo was keeping this a 1-0 lead. Some nice big saves for the Blue Jackets, and then the Habs even the shots to 7 apiece, and they started to pick things up about midway through the first. And I put hopefully it converts into a goal. And I got to call out. That's it. I'm trading Price for Fleury in NHL 19 GM mode. Spotlight, that's actually probably very perfect to do right now. That's probably very perfect to do. Go after a goaltender who's got $6 million, and you save $4 million on the cap if you're the Canadiens or if you have Price on your team. Absolutely better to get Fleury, in my opinion. But Domi, and I got to call him out, sadly. He heads into the zone, into the Blue Jacket zone. He tries a fancy move, and, of course, he gets stripped of the puck. I love Domi. Anyone who's been to a past stream, which all 4 of you, I have to go. You already know why, so good luck with your stream, and see you in the next one. Mr. Eagle, thank you for coming to the stream, even if it's just briefly. Hopefully you will check out the VOD in the future, and I hope to see you in another stream soon. Good luck, brother. But Domi, and anyone who's been to a past stream knows I love Domi. I love Domi more than anything. Bye, Mr. Eagle. But every time he enters the zone, it seems when it's just him it seems Domi just wants to do a fancy move whenever he's in the zone by himself and doesn't want to wait for another Canadian to enter the zone before taking a shot or passing back or trying to get a play going. He's basically like me when I play an NHL game, except the result when I play doesn't matter, and I'm just having fun on like easy mode, trying to score as many goals as I can in the most fancy ways. Domi, this is the real NHL, obviously. Domi, I love Domi. He played very hard, but Domi did not. Domi needs to stop just straight up doing fancy moves, trying fancy moves, and actually just like, all right, boom, simple wrist shot, simple snapshot, whatever, or wrist slap shot, excuse me, just whatever that he thinks he can, go for with a fancy move. Of course, one of these days he is going to hit it, but yeah. Julian, I did see your message. You playing an NHL game? Yeah, I do. I play 04, 05, 09, and I was playing 15 before my PS3 controller broke. I have a PS2 controller here, but I don't. It's kind of busted, so I can only play like NES and N64 type games right now. I don't even think N64 actually. But that is very true, Julian. I did see your other comment before you retracted it. You have never seen me and Max Domi in the same place. That's very. You've also never seen me and Connor McDavid in the same place, so might want to be on the lookout for that. Domi needs to be more like McDavid. Let's just say they might be one and the same. No, but Artturi Lehkonen, he ties it up at 1 with there's about 3 or so left in the period. It's from Danault and Kulak. And it's a really good pass from Danault. It secures the tie game. I do want to keep the secret, Julian. Thank you for checking the message, but I already read it. So, but yeah, it's a 1-1 game, and the score is tied 1-1 going into the second. Shots are 13-12 Blue Jackets. Artturi Lehkonen, his first point against the Blue Jackets. Thank you, Julian, for pointing that out. I did not write down in my notes. I forgot to do that. But yeah, Artturi Lehkonen, I want to say this is his 4th or 5th season in the league, and it's his first point against Columbus, which that's awesome. I'm glad to see he's finally getting points against the Blue Jackets. Sadly, it didn't continue though. The Habs controlled the early part of the second. They got some shots off, and apparently Armia likes pretending to be Brendan Gallagher because he tips a puck right in front of the net. It's 2-1 for the Canadiens. Helpers from Sherratt and Fleury. Oh, Petrie. I don't know why I wrote Fleury. I didn't write Fleury. I misspoke. Petrie. So Petrie gets a assist tonight. So looking at it now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 Canadian players, 8 Canadians with 10-plus points, or 11-plus, I should say, because we don't have a 10-point score yet. Suzuki and Sherratt are really close, though. They can absolutely hit that as early as tomorrow against the Senators. 8-1. But yeah, you have a guy who's 20 points already. Where was Mete? Paired up with Weber, that's where he was. If you're asking in the lineup, he was paired with Weber. But if you're asking, like, where was he on the ice? With Weber. But yeah, so Yoel Armia pretending to be Gallagher. He makes it a 2-1 Canadiens game. So 2 straight goals from the Canadiens makes it 2-1. And yeah, and we'll see where it goes from here. And then just about 9.5 into the second period, the shots were 7-0 Canadiens. They were really pushing the Blue Jackets to the limit right about there, at least in my opinion. I thought the Canadiens would have had this game. I was actually when the Blue Jackets scored early on, I got to be honest, when the Blue Jackets scored with Eric Robinson, I was like, and here's where it's going to be 9-0 already. But surprisingly, thankfully, it wasn't. It was only 5-2, but yeah. You know, it would be an awesome trade, Gaudreau for DeBrusk. For Boston, yes. For Calgary, not so much, in my opinion. I mean, Gaudreau doesn't follow up in big games, obviously, but I don't know. I mean, it would be a nice trade for the Bruins. I would like to see Johnny Gaudreau in a Bruins jersey. I think he'd look dope in one. But for the Flames, I think if you throw in a first with DeBrusk, a first or a second or like a prospect, then I think they'd possibly consider doing that. Not 100%, but they might. Just a moment. I got to reply to a friend. All right, and we're back. Hey, gotta go. Nice stream, Julian. Thank you for checking out the stream. I appreciate it. Hopefully, you're able to come by in the future. I'm sure you will. You're always in these streams for the most part, of course, unless I'm streaming at 1 p.m. Which in that case, I completely understand because it's kind of 1 p.m. when I stream. Congrats for being so consistent with the streams. Great job, Julian. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate the comment, and thank you for coming by so often. I appreciate your input on the streams. And again, I appreciate you coming and being here. Spotlight as well, Mr. Eagle, Exotic Donut wherever he is, somewhere wherever he is. So yeah, thank you once again. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I hope to see you in the next stream. All right, so where am I on my notes? I'm right about here. Domi and Suzuki, they get a nice 2-on-1, but Jonas Corposalo is there for the save. Suzuki then gets a breakaway a few minutes later. It's a really good pass. I didn't see from who, sadly, but Corposalo with another good pass. That easily could have been 4-1 for the Canadiens right there. And I think if you put Elvis Merzlikins in that, it's probably a Canadiens victory. So lucky for the Blue Jackets, or thankful for the Blue Jackets, they did have Corposalo in net, but Suzuki had a really nice chance on the breakaway. But like I said, Corposalo was there for the save. And then Pierre-Luc Dubois, sort of against the flow of the play, he scores. It's a bad bounce off of Sherratt's leg. It ties the game up. And where was Price on that? Habs, honestly, Price, $10.5 million is all that describes this game for Price. $10.5 million for that. And then seconds later, the Habs nearly got the 3-2 lead. Lehkonen's looking for a second of the game, but he's not able to get it, though. So the Habs were definitely pushing early as soon as literal seconds after the Blue Jackets tied it up, but they weren't able to get anything off of it. Jordan Wheel goes to the box then for a hooking call. It was an absolutely awful play for him. Or it wasn't hooking, I think it was holding, actually. And then Wheel in his first game back, not really shown to be all that useful. I would honestly send him down, despite the fact he has 4 points. I would honestly send Wheel down for tomorrow and call up Paling. I would personally, if I can just go to the top of my notes again, personally, I would move Suzuki to the wing. And I got to be honest, move Domi down to that third line, if I'm being honest. Move Domi down to the third line. I'd personally put Lehkonen on that second line and try out Lehkonen, Paling, and Suzuki. I'd personally try that out, see how it works next game. I mean, it's the Senators, so you can literally experiment with anything you want. You can experiment with your whole AHL team against the Senators if you wanted to. But, yeah. And then Canadiens, they played well in the PK. They got the puck out of their zone. And then Boone Jenner hits the post with about 10 or so seconds left on the power play. Habs kill it off then. And then Gallagher draws a hooking penalty. Probably also should have been a cross-checking, apparently, on Pierre-Luc Dubois. I believe it was on Petrie. But take it. I'll take it. And then the Habs passing way too much on this power play. My dad last year said a lot of the times that the Canadiens passed too much a lot of the time. This is the game where I think it's been super obvious. This power play, I mean, not the entire game, but just this power play. Because I hadn't seen it, right? I'd seen it, but I hadn't seen oh, there's too many passing here. It's just okay, they're setting up a play. I'm rambling. But they were passing way too much between Domi Weber and I believe it was Tatar who was in the goalie zone. But there was just way too much passing between them. And then Cam Atkinson gets a shorthanded shot. Price manages to block it, and the Blue Jackets kill it off literal milliseconds before the end of the second. And it's a 2-2 tie going to the third. Shots are 24-20 Habs. Things are looking good. And then early on in the third, Galley causes a bit of a pile-up with he's trying to whack the puck, but he's not able to get it in the net, obviously. And then just about 5 minutes into the third, shots are 2-0 Habs. I put it's quite a boring period thus far. Really good chances, a really good chance from Lehkonen. He was looking for a second again, of course. Oh, God, my tongue is blue. Oh, God, okay, one viewer. Nice, perfect. No, but, and then I put, wow, $10.5 million for Price. Brenstrom scores off of an awful bounce off of the glass. $10.5 million for Price to bounce it into his own net. Price screwing us over once again. Because it happened the other week where Price allowed a very, very bad goal that cost us the game, and he did it again tonight. I would honestly consider trading Price. If I'm Montreal, I consider Price for Fleury, personally. Hi, Harry. Pretty disappointed tonight with the Habs result. Randy and I got to agree. I'm pretty disappointed as well. We had a good first, a decent second. We were tied at 3, we were tied into the third, and then this happened. But yeah, so it's a 3-2 game. Price allows that awful goal off the glass. That really shouldn't have been a goal. I at first I was like, okay, we're gonna challenge it for a high stick. It looked like Brenstrom hit it with the high stick, or I don't think it was Brenstrom in front of the net, but one of the Blue Jackets. At first it looked to me like, oh, they hit it with a high stick. That's no goal. And then they showed the replay, and it showed Price knocked into his own net, and I was like, good job, Price. You just cost us the game, and of course he did. And Armia was real sorry, but I wouldn't trade Price. Plus, imagine the backlash Bergevin would get, just like the Subban trade. Well, keep in mind, Randy, Bergeron won the Weber-Subban trade because Subban's already out of Nashville. I don't know. I mean, obviously the trade rumors a few years back for which were priced for Allen with some assets to Montreal. I feel like Ivan Barbashev was one of those assets. I think I'm not 100% sure, but personally, I honestly would consider trading Price. He's not the best goalie in the world. That would be Marc-Andre Fleury. I don't know. I just feel like at this point, Price will not win a Stanley Cup in Montreal. We're a great team. Don't get me wrong. We're a great team. But Price has a lot of these losses. I would say 3 or 4 of them. But personally, I consider Price for Fleury. As long as Vegas adds in like a second and some assets, because we know Fleury isn't going to be long-lasting in the NHL like Price, and plus Fleury is from Montreal, so he'd fit in perfectly. Montreal Canadiens live and die with their tradition of top NHL goaltender. They really do, which is why I would say trade Price for Fleury, because in 3 or 4 years, once Fleury starts slowing down, then that way it's like, oh, hey, who wants Fleury? We'll trade you Fleury for whoever. You get that pattern going. That's why they traded Waugh. Well, not why they traded Waugh, but they have a tradition of trading top goaltenders. Jose Theodore, for example. 1 year, Jose Theodore. Price is starting to slow down. He's getting to that age. I do agree. He is getting to that age. Plus $10.5 million. You do not pay a goaltender $10.5 million. Some of the goals are not Price's fault. But tonight, 3 of them at least were his fault. 3 of them were at least Price's fault, and he should have gotten them. If he stops those 3 goals, we're going to overtime, unless the Blue Jackets don't score in another opportunity that Price messes up for us. But if Price doesn't stop those 3 goals, or Price does stop those 3 goals that were really bad, we're going to overtime tied at 2, and the Canadiens get an extra point, and we're tied for Florida for second. I like the tradition where you put the red jersey when they lose and the white when the Habs win. But I love the red jersey. I agree. I do love the red jersey, but I wear it for when they lose because red is obviously like considered for death. In video games, red is usually death, game over, or whatever. So I was like, yeah, whatever. When we lose, I'll wear this one. It started in preseason. Funny thing. I think we won our first game, and I was like, you know what? Throw on the white one. We lose when we win. Wear it. I'll see if I can get something going, and I do. So I'm glad you noticed that, Randy. And I'm not sure if you were here when I explained. That's actually what I do is put on the red ones when we put on the red one when we lose and the white one when we win. Hopefully, you put on the white one on before the game. No, I actually don't put on the Habs jersey right now. For example, I have a sleeveless green and blackish shirt on. I don't put on Habs jerseys during the game. Captain Canada, hey, how's it going? But no, I actually don't put a Habs jersey on before a game. Sometimes I'll wear a hat, sometimes I'll wear a shirt, but never a jersey. Because if I wear a red one and then we win, I feel like I jinx whoever we're playing against. If I wear the white one and we lose, I feel like I jinx the Canadiens. Good. Hey, nice to see you're doing good. Spotlight. With all due respect, he's a great goaltender, but I gotta say, I would love to see him somewhere else than Habs. Me too. And I think Vegas would be a perfect place for Price. Price wants to play 70-plus games. 5 likes, thank you. I believe that was Captain Canada. But yeah, Price wants to play 70-plus games. Vegas is the perfect place since they don't have a good backup goaltender. Yes, it was me. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Captain Canada. But I think Price for Fleury, because Fleury could play 50 to 60 games. Price and Patches reunion. Oh, yeah, true. Price and Patches. Yeah, Patches. Price and Patches reunion. I feel like that would be good, in my opinion. Plus, Fleury, he gets to play 50, 60 games, kind of relaxing from how he's been in Vegas with Kincaid. And then, of course, next year, Cade and Primo. But even then, you won't even need to trade Fleury because then he'll just transition into a backup role once we get Primo going in about a year or two, probably next year. I think he comes up as a backup. I'm more than positive he comes up as a backup next year. I was about to say Price should, or Canadians should go after a top goalie in the draft, but then I remembered we kind of have Cade and Primo. Yeah, so I got only a couple notes left. I'm going to get to them, and I'm going to end the stream because, like I said at the beginning of the video, I want to aim for 15, 20 minutes, and it's going to 40, I'm pretty sure. I still have to talk about the Copa thing, actually, so just a second, and I will reply to my friend, and I'll be right back. All right, and I'm back. Oh God, we got some comments. Or we do this: Price, Kotkaniemi, 15 guy on Habs for Fleury and Marchessault. The team isn't the same without Drouin. It's really not the same without Drouin. Drouin, 15 points. You're obviously going to miss those 15 points. I honestly think for the next 2 months, I feel like Drouin was not going to come back in 6 months. Or 6 months. So God, he is going to come back within 6 months, in 6 weeks. But I think he'll be back in 2 months. And of course, Byron are only going to miss him for a month. But then again, he only had 4 points, but he could go without Byron. But yeah, Drouin, unless we trade for some type of winger, personally, I gotta agree with Spotlight. I think we do Price and Kotkaniemi for Fleury and Marchessault. Price is starting to slow down. You can see it. You really can. Personally, I feel like if this is Price from 3 to 4 years ago, even 5 years ago in 2014, this game is probably a 2-1 Habs victory. I think Price, the only goal that Price probably maybe would have allowed is the one that bounced off the glass. But even then, 2014 Price absolutely would have saved that one. But yeah, personally, I would do Price and Kotkaniemi because Kotkaniemi is not playing that well tonight. And I would do it for Fleury Marchessault, and I would honestly possibly even consider a few draft picks in there for the Canadiens, or going to the Canadiens, I should say. Yeah, I don't know. If Kotkaniemi can get it going and get 15 points in the next, say, 20, 25 games, I'd be fine with that personally. But yeah, so I'm gonna get back into my notes now. Where am I? Armia was really looking for a second of the game, seconds after the 3-2 Columbus lead, just couldn't score. And then Brett Kulak was taken down after getting rid of the puck. No interference call. And then Yoel Armia takes down Ryan Murray. Should that not be a boarding call? There should have been penalties going both ways. It's funny. The other night in Jersey, or at home at home against the Devils, the refs called too much. This game they called too little. So it seems like they were trying to compensate. Like, oh, fans don't like us calling too much. Let's call too little. But they got to realize we need an even balance of, okay, that's absolutely something we need to call, and like, okay, that maybe we can let go of. Got to go. My Oilers are about to play. I wish the Habs could win tomorrow. I hate the Sens. Great stream. I'll be back next stream. Spotlight Hockey. Great to hear. Very happy that you're also on the Senators hate train. Hate train. That's copyright Harry Race 2019 officially. Good luck to your Oilers. Hopefully they beat whoever they're playing, because I forget who they're playing tonight. But yeah, I hope the Habs win tomorrow. 8-1. I see Domi. Oh, they're playing the Sharks. All right, yeah, that's an easy game for the Oilers. McDavid, Kotkaniemi. McDavid and Draisaitl, I want them to get like 10 points each, because that would really help out my fantasy league. Actually, get Draisaitl like 18 points while you're at it, because he's my Ram Dodge pick. I see Domi, Kotkaniemi, and Byron as the guys who are not playing up to par. Me too, Randy. Domi, well, yes, he does have 13 points. He's not playing up to par exactly. I think he's really slowed down recently. He hasn't had a point in, 4-5 games since last game, which he got an assist. Byron only has 4 points in 19 games, which is nah. Kotkaniemi only has 3 points in 16 games. But then again, sophomore jinx. I feel like the sophomore jinx could be real for someone like Kotkaniemi. And I think this year he's going to get 20 points. And the next year I feel he could definitely get to 30 and 40. Defensively, we're allowing too many chances where they come as close as the circles to stop them at the blue line. I agree, Randy. Well, yes, Weber and Petrie are doing great things with 17 and 12 points respectively. And even Sherratt and Mete with 9 and 6 points. And Fleury, he's playing great defensively. But besides Fleury and Weber, I don't really see that many defensive opportunities to stop the opposing team, in my opinion, that the Habs are taking advantage of. I have to agree. I haven't mentioned it recently because I was hoping somehow the Habs would get it together, but you do bring that up. Also saw a lot of chances tonight, but they were able to finish. Yeah, exactly. A lot of the shots that the Blue Jackets got off, the Canadiens were doing the same thing, or not able to finish. Oh yes, well, I have to agree both ways that the Blue Jackets were able to finish their shots, and the Canadiens some of the time were not able to finish theirs. Personally, despite the fact that the shots were in the Habs' favor throughout the entire night, the Blue Jackets were still getting off more shots in a row. The Canadiens were getting shots off like, all right, enter the zone, boom, get a shot, boom, sent down, boom, get a shot. Meanwhile, the Blue Jackets, sometimes they were like, all right, boom, 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 firing off a couple shots in a row, I saw at least. And I don't know. I feel like Fleury will be a top 4 defenseman, and I think that's what he's going to be good for is blocking shots and getting rid of them off defensively, despite not being that big. Weber is also obviously good for that. Sherratt is decent at that, but the Habs definitely do need to step up defensively in that aspect. And then, of course, the Blue Jackets were getting more shots off in a row, like I mentioned, and the Canadiens were getting stopped quite a bit defensively, aside from getting off the quick shots and shots right in front of the net that they were getting. Domi goes to the box for an interference call, 2 minutes or less for the Blue Jackets power play. It ended up being less. 19 seconds into the power play, the Blue Jackets strike. Awful power play by the Canadiens. And I didn't put who got the goal, but it's 4-2 Canadiens. And it's a Habs power play. Zach Werenski to the box for a holding. Habs are not playing well at all, except somehow Weber and Fleury tonight. Where's Galley for the wide open net? Weber speeds to the front of the net, passes it back. Galley should be in front of the net. That's his go-to spot. Where was Galley? Because that would have been a 4-3 goal right there. 100%. If Galley's in position, that's a 4-3 game right there. And this game probably ends up a little differently than it would have been. Should have been 4-3. But, yeah. Blue Jackets kill off the penalty. And that's Pierre-Luc Dubois with a good chance. Where's Price for that? It's 5-2. Absolutely pull Price. Kincaid would have done so much better in net tonight. Price is getting paid. Price is getting paid $10.5 million for this. Price did not play well tonight. He's not played that well recently, in my opinion. And I think tomorrow with Ottawa, putting Price back in net would be good because, well, yes, it's still you're playing your goaltender, your star goaltender 2 nights in a row. It's still the Ottawa Senators. You're going to be able to beat the Ottawa Senators. And if the Canadiens cannot beat the Senators, that's when you know you have a problem on your hands. Canadiens get absolutely embarrassed. They lose 5-2 to the Blue Jackets, and the final shots are 32-26 for the Canadiens. Yeah. The Canadiens get beaten and laughed at. Hopefully at home, because we're on a 5-game homestand right now, or after tonight, or after this game. So tomorrow, as of recording, or as of streaming this, tomorrow against the Senators to another game. We're at home, so 5 games in a row at home. Hopefully that somehow helps. $10 million for Price is absolutely overpaid. I agree, Captain Canada. Just like $10 million for Bobrovsky is overpaid. I think the ideal amount for a goaltender would be $5-6 million. Because personally, you could have someone like Jake Allen go in and have a Carey Price-like performance some night. Next night he's playing awful. You could have Carey Price going out there and performing a Jake Allen level performance, allowing 8 goals on like 13 shots. And then next night he could play an all-star Carey Price performance. It's a mixed bag with goaltenders. Jose Theodore, or a recent case that I've seen, Malcolm Subban. He's not overpaid, but Malcolm Subban is like, okay, he's going to be a good backup, and then nope. It's a mixed bag with goaltenders. Do not pay goaltenders. As Corin from Bar Down said, they're all the same. And for the most part, they are, except the obvious exceptions of Wall, Luongo, and Fleury. At least the ones that just came to mind. Yeah. And Dryden, of course. But yeah, so that's going to do it, guys. I'm probably going to get out of here now, actually, now that I think about it, because, yeah, 43 minutes, it's way over what I was originally expecting for this. But I'm going to talk about Copa for a second first. I am not actually that opposed to it. I mean, of course, the obvious thing would have been to have parents parenting their kids more and like, okay, hey, don't click on this video, don't click on this type of content. And better yet, stop letting their phones control their kids, not control their kids, but parenting their kids for them. Like whenever the kids go say, hey, just take the damn phone or whatever. No, actually parent them and be like, okay, no, this content you can't watch, this one you can, this is what you can't. Because that way we wouldn't have had something like Copa popping up on YouTube. I don't mind it, obviously, because all I got to do is just check, no, my content is not for kids. If I check yes, it's for kids, and accidentally swear, yeah, I don't even know what, then I get my comments disabled and I can't have comments. So every video I'm going to have to put no, it's not meant for kids. Because my content really isn't meant for kids. I mean, kids can watch, but it's just not meant for them. I don't attract a kid audience. I'm more for just like, you're a hockey fan, just come on down. So for everyone. But yeah, I'm not too scared of the Copa thing. I mean, it's obviously, thankfully it's false that, if you don't make money for YouTube, they're going to close your channel. Because if that was the case, I'd be one of the first to be gone, obviously. But thankfully I'm not. Thankfully, it's not true. If it was, then I'd have left YouTube already. I would have gone over to Mixer or someplace that's actually good. But yeah, so that's gonna do it, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share everything, which includes but is not limited to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and everything else. My name is Harris. Subscribe to Puff Club. Subscribe to the HD Club. Shout out to my moderator Jesse, who is not in chat, but he hasn't shown up in about a month and a half. I might actually unmod him at this point. For getting me the dope ass webcam that I'm using right now. My name is Harris. The link's in the description on my Twitter and my Twitch. My Twitter I don't use too much. I use it when I want to talk about something that's on trending and I feel like, hey, okay, why not? I'll get my thoughts on this. My Twitch, I don't use at all right now until I figure out how to use OBS without it lagging like a lot. My Amazon list is also in the description. It's not required. If you want to do it, it's appreciated. You'll get a video of me unboxing the thing. If you don't want to do it, perfectly fine. Just enjoy my content. Hopefully you do enjoy my content. My letterbox is also in the description. That's where I'm going to be rating and reviewing movies. The majority of them I just rate. Sometimes I do give a review. The most recent one is Joker, which I have an opinion on Joker that's probably going to surprise a lot of you. Spoiler, it's not that I hate Joker. I absolutely love Joker, just to spoil that aspect, but you'll see in a future video. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But yeah, my name is Harris. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoy the content. If you liked it, please subscribe, turn on that post notification bell, and set it to all because I guess personalized means that you just get certain things. So yeah, my name is Harris, and I am out. Peace.